You've likely heard somebody tell you that as a self-published author, you're not likely to get into those big box bookstores. And while that might be true for some authors, we're here to tell you that with these 2 tips, you definitely increase your chances of getting into those really coveted Barnes & Nobles, Chapters Indigo, and local bookstores that other people don't think that they can get into. What's important to know before we even share these tips is that typically these big box bookstores aren't actually that scary. They tend to be really helpful and supportive of self-published local authors. They just don't have the time to help you market and sell your book. They want to know if your book is actually going to just sit on their shelves, or is it going to actually sell and make the store a profit. This brings us to point number 1. Authors need to build a case for themselves. Self-published authors especially need to be able to demonstrate that your book not only is worthy and deserving of being in that store, but you need to be able to prove to them that it's going to fly off the shelves and make them money. So if you're walking into that bookstore and you have 1,000 followers on Instagram, you have a really engaged audience, and you've sold over 100 copies since the book launched last month, tell them that. That's something that they're going to want to know, because that shows them that you know how to sell your book. I don't encourage anybody to ever walk into a bookstore saying that they sold 25 copies to their friends and family, would you please carry my book? All that store manager is thinking is that if you can only sell 25 copies to your friends and family, it doesn't likely mean you're able to tap into an audience, send those audience or readers to your store, and help them sell that book. Point number 2, ask to do a trial signing. See what availability the bookstore has, and if they're willing to, host a book signing for you. You're not just walking into the bookstore saying, hey, would you take my book? But you're also suggesting that you're willing to help them sell your book. Drive all your friends and family to come into that bookstore and buy your book on that day, so you can demonstrate to the bookstore that not only do you have an audience and readers, but you're also prepared to put in the work to drive traffic to their store. When it goes well, the bookstore is likely to ask you to leave behind 3 to 5 copies so they can sell it when you're not in store. And the other benefit is that the day that you're working, if you engage with the other staff on the floor, that they're going to be curious about your book, and they might end up being people to help advocate and sell your book when you're not in the store either. And I've got a quick bonus tip for you. So in our experience, retailers and bookstore managers will often hop online and take a look at authors' accounts just to see how they're doing online. Are they strategic about how they're selling their book? Do they have a following? And are they engaging with their readers? Because if you're doing that online, it also shows the retailer that you are going to be able to do that in the store and also help drive traffic to the store. So just because you're trying to sell hardcovers of your book does not mean that you need to neglect your online life. They actually complement one another perfectly. I'm Megan with the Self-Publishing Agency, and if you found this video helpful, let us know by hitting the like button below. And if you have any author friends who you think would benefit from this video, don't forget to share it. Thank you for subscribing, and we'll talk to you soon.